In this video, you spend a full day with me in New York City.
I'm just thinking smart, so she hop out. She's switching this shit.
Then we go fly the Boeing 767 across the country, and we celebrate a huge milestone, 40,000 subscribers.
So I picked it up.
Want to come along for the ride? Buckle up, let's go fly. Good morning, beautiful people. If it's not too obvious, I just woke up, slept in. Well, didn't really sleep good last night. Actually ended up on the couch for a little bit, try to get my mind off of whatever was keeping me up, and then came back to bed, so slept in. Currently 10 a.m. here, and we got to fly today. We ended up dropping our Bogota, Colombia trip. Thought we were gonna take the rest of the week off, but we didn't. We got a deadhead to Newark, and then we're operating Newark to Ontario, California. This time I can promise you, I already checked the weather for Ontario, California. It's nice and warm there. We haven't done anything as far as packing goes. We haven't started our day at all yet. We have to work out because it's non-negotiable. We gotta pack, we gotta steam the uniform and the pants. We gotta make lunch, we gotta make dinner, because by the time I land in Ontario, it's gonna be like 10 o'clock East Coast time. You know I wanna stay on body clock time. So we got a lot to do, not so much time to do it. Let's stop yapping and get to it. Breakfast is served. We don't really deviate when it comes to breakfast at the Pilot Pete household. A piece of sourdough bread, buttered, 4 pieces of turkey bacon. I made 5 because SJ wanted 1 today. And then 4 eggs over medium with a little bit of ketchup. Got our pineapple juice on the side with some glass of water. And then, as you know, I've been reading the Bible in the year, which is, I follow a podcast by Father Mike Schmidt. So we're currently on the book of Samuel, and we are on Psalm, I think it's like 150. I have it tabbed out. So I read that / listen along while I'm eating breakfast, usually like 20-30 minutes. It's a good way for me to start my morning. So healthy proteins, healthy eats, get nice and nourished for breakfast. I not only nourish the body, but I nourish the mind and the soul the best way. So we're getting all packed up. We got the flight uniform by Flight Uniform. Code is in the description below if you want to save some money. I personally use just these pilot shirts. I think they're the most comfortable, super light. But I will say I don't really wear mine that often, in the sense that, well, A, I don't work that much. B, as you know, any flight over 3 hours, when I stand up after my first kind of stretch my legs, use the bathroom, I take my pilot uniform off. So today's flight will be over 6 hours. Newark to Ontario, California will be a cross-country flight. I think it's blocked at like 6:15. We're gonna have some headwinds going east to west. It's gonna be a long one. So even though I'm steaming it to look good, walking through the terminals, well, not really walking through the terminals, but walking through our little terminal, pre-flighting, and then also when we get to the hotel later, it'll be hanging up for 90% of my flight across. So we're gonna steam this, just did the pants, and then the roommate and I will be heading to the gym here to get our workout in. Let's introduce her for the day. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm the roommate.
This is SJ for all those who are first timers here. And her and I are gonna be going to the gym. What are we doing at the gym today, babe?
Push.
Push day. So for those people who don't know what push day is, what does that entail?
Chest, tries,
Yep.
shoulders,
Yep, exactly. And then we always finish with what?
abs.
Because?
Hawaii's in 3 weeks, or because it's not negotiable?
I mean, you pick.
Both.
Both. I love it. So we'll finish steaming this up, pack a little bit, and we'll be on our way to the gym. The weather is somewhat turning here in New York. It's right on that cusp of spring, still wintertime. One of us is very bundled up. One of us is not as bundled up, but no clouds in the sky. Got the Empire State Building, a beautiful day to go flying. Haven't looked at the weather, no idea if it's gonna be bumpy or not. Usually when it's like this, believe it or not, it looks beautiful. A lot of wind on the ground is gonna make for a bumpy departure out of Newark. The Newark 5 departure, I may say so myself. I just texted the captain, let him know, hey, I won't be at the hotel for the ground transportation. I'll be meeting you at the ramp ramp. So luckily it's a later departure. We got all morning and all afternoon to get our lift in and then start getting ready. The first exercise, chest push day. We're getting the chesticles nice and big and bouncy. So we're doing a flat bench dumbbell press. I'm gonna do my last set. I'm gonna hit the 90s, but I just did 12 reps of the 130 pounders. Just trust me, it may not be there right now, but I did them.
They said they wanted a bop. I was just popping my
Lightweight.
He was just begging that hit. I don't be giving you the shot. I know he don't want me for me. I know he just want what I got. Bad, I feel like nasty. Like I'm trying to see what a tooties.
Next up, chest fly machine, followed by supersetting push-ups. We got 10. Look at the form, folks. Great form. She's gonna be half marathon and high rocks ready. Let's get a flex on them. Let's go. Chest fly, we're going 235 kgs, which is rounded up to about 627 pounds. Lightweight. Let's go.
They said they wanted a bop. I was just popping my I ain't even really mean to go pop. He was just begging that hit. I don't be giving you the shot. I know he don't want me for me. I know he just want what I got. Bad, I feel like nasty.
Next up, we're doing some triceps. SJ, you want to tell the folks where this exercise comes from?
My dad.
Yep, that's right. Big workout, fam. Fun fact, her dad hits the gym like 5-6 days a week. So last time we were out in her hometown, we went to his gym. He got us in as guests and we did a similar kind of push and tricep day. He'd be pretty upset with his form. His form is disgusting.
Is it?
But nonetheless, it's an exercise that Mr. SJ gave us to work the triceps. Let's go. Finishing off the push day with some shoulders.
Got a lot of pains, got a lot of FB on me. I gotta feel myself off. I gotta feel myself off. I gotta feel it all.
Workout complete, but before we hit a protein shake, I'm trying to get my protein with actual food because protein powder, some people forget, is a supplement. You're supposed to supplement if you're unable or don't get your protein goals. But ideally, you want it coming from whole foods. So we got ground beef. We season it a little bit with Slap Yo Mama. Onions, we're making like a little burger bowl. We're gonna use some onions, some jalapenos, avocado, some raw cheese with some pickles, mix it all together, a little bit of ketchup. It's absolutely
Delicious.
yeah. So this will be about 98 grams of protein. We'll hit that to the dome for lunch and we'll eat about half of it, bring the other half for dinner on the plane because I don't want to eat super late in Ontario and get junk food, and I'd rather have home cooked meals. So if you want to eat like Pilot Pete and SJ, single ingredient foods, folks, keep it simple, keep it fresh, keep it delish. Those who have asked if I meal prep or not, I personally don't, and nor do I bring really meals on the road with me. This is a little bit different because I want to eat on the first and only leg because the catering I've mentioned a lot, absolute shite, usually 99% of the time on my airline, so I don't even touch it. But yeah, meal prepping is definitely one way. When I used to fly for different airlines, there's my old pilot bag. I would fill it with ice, meal prep, have a bunch of Tupperware with me, fill it up with chicken and rice and veggies. Personally though, where I'm at in my life, financially, I can afford to like eat out. I don't have to worry about like saving money. I'm strictly just trying to eat healthy. That's the only thing I care about. Now, I'm not gonna go have $90 steaks every single night I go, but Whole Foods, Cava, Sweet Green, Whole Foods Hot Bar, anywhere I do go, you know, I just get the shrimp tacos, try to reduce the amount of kind of bad food I'm eating. I don't drink coffee, energy drinks, definitely don't drink alcohol, and I try to keep it simple. So yeah, it's definitely doable. A lot of people ask me, how do you do it while you're on the road so much? Just like this, I'm eating a nice meal before I leave. This time around, I'm bringing the nice meal with me on the one leg, and then in Ontario tomorrow morning, I'll probably go back to that Hawaiian spot at last time. It was really good. I'll have breakfast there. I'll find something that's healthy-ish for lunch. Same thing for dinner. I don't think I'm going to treat myself to In-N-Out as much as I love it. I just had it last month, so maybe I'll stay away. We'll see. We'll see how many miles I run. I don't want to force myself into one or the other, but it's definitely doable while you're on the road. On my way to Newark now. We're in the company-paid Uber. Insanely expensive. Ridiculous. Don't get me started, but we're crawling. We'll be there early, left early this time. Thank you. But I wanted to address some big news at my company. If you may not have heard yesterday, well, time of this filming, it'll be a couple days when this video gets released. I just announced that our union and our company have agreed upon a TA. A TA is a tentative agreement. If you've noticed in the last couple of videos, or if you're new here, the pilots at my company are currently not wearing ties. And that started about a year ago. We've been in contract negotiations for coming up on 6 years. We're trying to get in better contract, work rules, compensation, the list goes on and on. We've been in those negotiations for a while, so they decided to, in solidarity, the pilots were not going to wear ties. We're not wearing ties, but just yesterday it was announced that our union and our company are coming out with a contract tentative agreement, which will be then pushed to the pilots. There's 5,000 plus pilots at my company, and then we'll vote on it. It has to pass by a majority percentage. So 50.1%, it passes, and that becomes our new contract. I haven't really read it over yet. It just came out. We'll have a couple of weeks, if not like a full month or two, to kind of look at it and decide what we want to do. Just like when I vote in elections, I'm going to keep my vote to myself. I just do what I do. I'll vote based on what's best for myself, and then obviously the pilot group in general. So it's the hot topic at my company. It's going to be for the next month or so. It can always cause a little bit of confrontation potentially. You know, if there's one guy or girl that says you have to vote yes, it's the best we're going to get, and one guy or girl says no, it's not, we can hold out, hold the line. I'm personally not a big politics guy in general, and this is exactly what that is. There's company, there's a union, there's the pilot group, which is part of the union, and it can get a little hostile to say the least. So I keep my opinions to myself, and I kind of just have the conversation and let the other person who's driving it lead it in the sense of like whatever. But at the end of the day, they have to vote for what's best for them. I have to vote for what's best for me. So it's the big news. We'll see what happens. If you see me rocking a tie anytime soon, that means the contract passed, and then they'll have to come up with when we actually rock it, when it's signed, when it's whatever. I personally, this has nothing to do with contract. I think the no tie look is ridiculous. I think it looks silly. I like personally looking professional when we walk through terminals and airports and hotels and things like that. But again, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So in solidarity, no tie. If the ties come back, again, the pilots take them off anyway when we get in the flight deck, whether you're flying for passengers or cargo, it doesn't matter. Almost every single pilot, as soon as they sit down, takes off their tie, hangs it up, puts it in their backpack or whatever. So it's kind of irrelevant to me whether or not we get them back. I just like how they look when I'm making videos, when I'm walking through the train station or at the hotel. I think it gives it that spiffy kind of look. We'll see. But hopefully we'll get to Newark here in a decent hour, and we'll see you on the Newark ramp. Greetings from the ramp here in Newark. Pre-flight in the 767. Casper's her name. 5 hours and 40 minutes out to Ontario. I'll be pilot monitoring, but I wanted to go over the pressurization. I got asked by someone on a video how talking about the pressurization system in the 767. And long story short, we set the destination altitude and the pressure controller. So when we land at our destination, it's all pressurized on cruise and descent, all that good stuff. The question was, what happens if we have to make a return to the airport? Meaning we're taking off pretty much at sea level here in New Jersey. If we were flying to, say, Denver, where the altitude was 5,500, and we had to come back, wouldn't we spend a lot of time changing that back to zero, to the sea level? The answer is no. This is the outflow valve, which pretty much controls the pressurization. The 767 has a built-in air return logic, so that if the pilots don't reach cruising altitude, the pressurization system realizes, hey, that means they're not going to their destination. They're actually coming back to the airport. So there's this built-in logic that kind of helps out the pilots if, heaven forbid, something happened on takeoff and we had to come back around. We don't have to waste time dialing in that pressure controller. We can just automatically land. Also, the final safety measure is that this opens fully on touchdown to depressurize the airplane if there's any leftover pressurization so you don't pop the doors off. 34,000 feet, Ontario. Let's go fly.
We've been done long before it all begun. Still can't give it up. Lead me on, but leave before the morning comes. Even though it's what we want, can't keep it up. But I just don't wanna leave you. Might just go with the reasons why we both can't lay here. And secret, both gotta keep it honest. That's just a game, we both can play. For tonight, I'm yours. So deny the truth.
safely landed in Ontario, California. Long flight, but I just want to show you guys the pressure altitude controller. So we set this right here prior to takeoff for the landing altitude. So we set it for 900 feet prior to leaving Newark, but if we ever had to come back and land, it'd be all set. Let's go to the hotel. And yes, I did walk into the room, set up my camera, and then walk out and then walk back in. You know why? Because I am a visionary, all for the people. It's so funny when I get that comment on TikTok or Instagram. It's, again, the people of YouTube, you guys are my favorite. But the hate that I get on short form content is insane. Did you really set up your camera, walk back out, walk back in, walk back out, regrab? Yeah, of course I did. I don't have a videographer following me around 24/7. You think people are just standing there with cameras 24/7? You fools. But I digress. We are safely in Ontario, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada. Sure enough, woke up today, checked the weather app, current location, sunny, folks. So I went back to Google, and sure enough, I was looking at Ontario, Canada's weather. Newark to Ontario, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada. It's nice and warm here. It's 73 degrees, so nice and warm even though it's dark outside. Long flight though, it was over 6 hours. We had to deviate around some weather. There were some thunderstorms over like the central part of the states, like the Omaha, Nebraska area. Pretty nasty storms from our radar, at least. They're up at like 40,000 feet, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were some tornadoes in that part of the states. We got a king bed, we're happy about that. And we're gonna change it to the pilot uniform. It's currently 11:30 East Coast time, so it's bedtime for me. SJ's waiting for me to FaceTime her, but beautiful people come first, you know that. The compression socks, I think they're working, folks. They look ridiculous, but health is wealth, so that's always a good thing. Landed runway 26 right in Ontario, which is the standard. Kind of one thing that happened, I guess, to debrief would be as we're coming into land, we're about a 5-6 mile final. There was a company Air 777 that was getting cleared for takeoff. Long story short, tower cleared them to go, but where the runway was, I'll draw it since I still can't show the jet charts. Jet gate is still the problem. Let me draw this real quick. So we were coming into land runway 26 right like this. There was a 777, like I said, holding short of the runway 26 right. Basically, when ATC cleared them to take off, they still had to kind of make this right turn and then get into the position of the runway and then blast off. So a solid 1.5 to 2 minutes. ATC thought when they cleared the 777 to go that those guys or girls were already right here and just could go boop, boop, and basically do it in like 30 seconds or less. But what they failed to remember, the 777 is a massive bird. It physically can't really make that turn and still hold short of the runway. So there's no one to blame. It's not that big of a deal. But what happened was ATC cleared the 777 to take off. We heard it. We don't have to recognize it. We just knew it was part of what would happen. A 777 would take off in front of us. Caution wake turbulence is like kind of the call that ATC gives us. But after like a minute or so went by, maybe 30 to 40 seconds, the ATC I think realized, hey, there's not going to be enough spacing for this 777. They're moving so slow because again, they're a big airplane. This 7.6 that we're in, I think our approach speed was like 145, so it's like 160-ish miles an hour, and there just wasn't going to be the separation. So ATC said 777, cancel your takeoff clearance. There was no threat. There was no emergency. I'm not trying to make this like a big deal. I'm just trying to explain kind of how the communications between the airplanes that are taking off, the airplanes that are landing, air traffic control. It's a big moving orchestra. We're all on the same team, obviously. Everyone did a great job. The company 777 said, hey, yeah, we can't make this turn. It's not going to work. ATC said, roger that. Cancel takeoff clearance. Confirm you're still holding short of 26 right, meaning make sure you didn't cross those lines that I beautifully drew for you guys. We weren't even talked to. We were listening to this whole conversation, and sure enough, as we got to a short final, about a mile out, 500 feet or so, we could see the 777 was plenty clear of the runway, and we landed and the 777 just took off after us, so no big deal. So that was kind of the only kind of debrief item I would say for our flight. But yeah, 33-hour layover here in Ontario. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm definitely hitting up that Hawaiian spot tomorrow for breakfast, because last time it was muy bueno, so I want to do that again. Definitely get a workout in, got some work to do, and I think that's it.
Ever since I left the city, you.
Good morning, beautiful people from Ontario, California. Didn't sleep the best, so kind of stayed in bed a little bit longer to get some more Z's. Gloomy day here in California, but still warmer and nicer than most parts of the country. Palm trees, you're never going to complain about that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Scramblers Cafe. When here last time I was here on my longer layover, breakfast was top notch. So we're going to start the day off with an old time favorite, Scramblers Cafe. Let's get some breakfast. Big news in the Pilot Pete Fly YouTube community. 40,000 subscribers. I know that's not that much to some people. I know it's a lot for other people. And I know at the end of the day, it's just a number. It's not that big of a deal. But for someone who puts a lot of time, energy, money into making content, especially on YouTube, YouTube by far is my favorite kind of platform to release long form content. It means a lot. It means that the things I'm doing and saying and putting out there are somewhat liked by people. So to every single 40,000 plus of you, seriously, thank you. You guys know how much it means to me. I read and look at and respond to every single comment. And yes, liking a comment counts as responding, because obviously as the channel grows, I can't respond with a lot of words to every single one, but I literally read and respond to every single one. That's my commitment to you. I will do that when we're at 400 million subscribers on the long format videos, especially because I know if you're watching those, you really are investing your time. So it's the least I can do as a thank you is to respond to those. So seriously guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Every time I hit a milestone, 40K being one of them, I'm gonna do something. So what I decided to do for this one is do a live Q&A. So on April 19th, this video is coming out on Sunday, so you have a week to mark your calendars. On April 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, April 19th, I'm gonna go live. 40 minutes for 40,000 subscribers. Probably go over a little bit, and I'll answer your questions. Say hi, say what's up. So if you want to join that, only way you can join is if you're a subscriber. If you haven't already, it's fine. You can just click subscribe right now and you can join on the 19th, and that's how you'll be able to get your questions in there. The goal remains the same. We're trying to get to 100K. I would love to see that plaque. So if you're watching this, just hit that little button. I would appreciate it. But yeah, if you want to join the live, 2 p.m. on the 19th, that'll be on Sunday, and it'll be right before the next week's videos come out. I realized today's Friday, which means all these videos got to be uploaded, edited, and put out in like less than 2 days. So I can't continue to vlog this entire trip. So I apologize if you wanted to come along for a long, long day, but this is where it's going to end, folks. Right here in gloomy Ontario. I'm stuffed after those steak breakfast fajita thingamajiggers, but we'll get our body moving here, and don't you forget it. But seriously though, 40K, it really means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for coming along for the journey. The journey has just begun. We got big things planned for this summer, and as always, I love you guys, praying for you guys, hopefully praying for me. We go back and read some of my Bible. We're feeling good, we're moving the body. Hope you're doing something that makes you feel good today. We'll see you at the live. Love you. See you in the next video.